Yeah, it's recording.
It's our new theme, Mike. You dig it?
Yeah, man. That's the soul.
I'm not going to say... Let's just listen. Boom. Welcome back to M&F Wrestling's monthly podcast.
It is now.
We're
Yeah.
your hosts, Handsome Mike, and Cool Mike. That's Cool Mike. And I'm Handsome Frank. That's how long it's been.
Yeah, we're switching it up.
Yeah.
I'll be Handsome Mike. You can be Cool Frank this week.
I want to be cool every once in a while. Show you how cool I am. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're smoking indoors?
No,
Oh.
Not that cool, Mike. Not that cool. So, what should we discuss today? We haven't recorded in a while, so I feel it necessary to talk about the last 2 weeks in wrestling. What do you think?
Yeah, and
Or
also...
would you rather talk about my other favorite topic?
We can talk about the Leafs, too.
We can do that, but we'll save that near the end because, I mean, let's be honest. I don't think there's much crossover between wrestling fans and Maple Leaf fans. That's kind of for us.
100%. Cheers.
So cheers. Let's start. Let's start with AEW.
Of course.
Yeah? Okay. So as everyone knows, AEW started 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, almost. On Wednesday, the 2nd of October, day before my birthday, that this motherfucker forgot, but happened to call me on it anyway. I just didn't answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
So, at the same time, NXT was on USA with a pretty good show as well.
Yeah, it's I didn't watch it.
Oh, well, you should have.
Yeah, I'm rebelling against WWE.
But I think most people are just watching AEW live and then watching NXT the next day.
Yeah.
That's what the ratings say. So the first show drew like 1.4 million, which is great. Meltzer thought they would get maybe 1.2.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the show?
I enjoyed it.
What do you remember of the show?
Well, I remember Jake Hagar coming out.
Yeah.
I remember the
Hager.
end, obviously the schmoz at the end, and then the schmoz in the beginning with Cody Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, which was decent. And the Riho, now the Jet.
That fucking match was awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was. Well, the crowd made that match awesome.
I think Riho made that match awesome.
And still, the crowd was really behind Riho.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why like JD was talking about. Why would anybody care about Riho? Like, because she wins and she's small. She's an underdog story. She's great.
She represents the common people, right? No, it was cool. I enjoyed that. Yeah, and well, the running with Moxley made him look like so badass, right?
Yeah.
Comes in, smashes Kenny through a glass table, but then the next week he has trouble with Shawn Spears, and I have an issue with that.
Okay, what's your issue?
Well, he should be rolling through and be like, because we don't really know. He hasn't lost in AEW yet, so we don't. Yeah. Like now, it's like, why is he taking on Omega? He's having trouble with Spears.
Well, because they want Spears to look like a credible opponent. Remember, Spears took Cody to the limit.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have put him up against Spears, to be honest.
I wouldn't have made that match either.
No, because you got to build Spears too. Because now Spears has 2 losses.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But back to the first show. I agree with you though.
Yeah.
What did you think of the baseball bat and broomstick wrapped in barbed wire?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Kenny's going off the deep end, eh?
Yeah, well, I didn't enjoy the Pac coming, because Pac beat Kenny. So why did Pac have to even involve himself in that?
Because he's a bastard.
A bastard.
He's
And he was around.
bastard.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. And enjoyed it. He's going off the deep end, like you were saying. The videos he's doing is fucking priceless on being the elite. I love them. I think they're absolutely amazing.
They're better than anything WWE is doing.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's only 10 minutes. 10 minutes a week, and it's keeping you involved. I enjoy it.
10 to 20. Yeah, and plus they got AEW Dark as well.
Mm-hmm. I don't bother. I'm trying not to get so much.
Dude, AEW Dark is just the dark matches.
Wrestling as I used to because hockey's on now. So
it's on YouTube, man. Goes on YouTube like I forget what day, but it just shows the matches that weren't on TV. That's it.
Oh yeah, it's just the dark matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they'll do the show and then they'll have matches after. So like for instance, Kenny Omega will be on the next AEW Dark.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out.
You should, because the last one was awesome.
Had
There were 4 matches on. Orange Cassidy was in it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But so were the Lucha Bros.
Oh, really?
So was the Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
Maybe I should check it out.
And SCU. Yeah, no, they're not treating them as if they're demoted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So really they're doing a 3-hour show at the arena, but 2 hours are live on TV, and then they do the last hour, and it has commentary and everything. So yeah, check it out.
Yeah, I'll give it a
Yeah. So okay, the first episode was pretty good.
Yep.
We got to see Jack Hager or Hagar or whatever.
Whatever you want to call it.
Well, I don't know. Do you remember that old video game? That old beat 'em up? It wasn't Streets of Rage. It was
Fight something. I know what you're talking
Final
about.
Fight. It was Final Fight.
Yeah, with Hager.
Hager. Yeah, that's what I think of.
Yeah.
They should dress him up. If Kenny had his way, he would totally dressed up like Hager from that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, first episode was great, man. That first match, it kind of shows that, okay, obviously right now Cody's talk of the town because it's like AEW is just pushing Cody, right? That's the one thing I don't like. It's all Cody. When he's nowhere near being the best there is there. But you go with what the fans want. They want Cody right now. Go with it. Well, one thing that was good is his match with Sammy Guevara. Like you would see in WWE in that match, right? It would be like either a squash match or fucking Cody would get 78% of the fucking offense while Sammy Guevara's kind of trying to get his comeback going. They would somehow cheat to beat him, right? You know, that's how they do it in WWE. In that match, there was a little outside interference, not much, nothing that really factored in the match, the ending of the match. But Sammy Guevara only lost because he made a mistake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a competitive match. So it shows you that same thing with the Moxley and Spears match, competitive match, showing that basically anybody can win on any given night. I like that. Makes it more competitive. See where I'm coming from?
I that too. Well, I enjoyed the way that they ended that first match because, like, high risk, high risk.
Yeah. Or you fucking go down in flames.
And also, so Cody had interference from Brandy, and he's supposed to be ultra babyface. It's just like I enjoy that as well. It's
I don't know if like babyface is really Cody's bag.
I don't think
he's a much better heel, man.
Yeah. Like you're saying, if the crowd's going to cheer him, turn him baby, and then now it's an easy transition for him to go to heel.
Yeah.
Right?
It's funny though that some lower mid-card guy in WWE is a mega star now.
Yeah. Well, could you imagine if they had the quote-unquote mega stars in WWE go over to AEW, what would they be, right?
Well, they got one.
Yeah, Mox.
Jericho and Moxley.
They got two.
One's a champion. One's at the top of the card.
Well, Jericho's killing the game, man. He's killing the game right now.
Dude, it is fucking that promo, yeah.
So sick.
Yeah. When he was like, they're chanting for the people, and what did he say? That's over. That's done. It never got over.
It was a stupid idea from even stupider creative or something.
Yeah.
Bad creative. It was like, oh shit, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. He jumbled up a few words, but when you're going off the top of your head, that's gonna happen. But
I'd rather that than have somebody going off a script, staring at his opponent like this, not knowing what to fucking say. Like, how many times have we seen that?
In the case of Braun Strowman, he just reverts back to, get these hands.
Yeah. They should go back to his old one. I'm not finished with you. That's what made him cool. Or was it, I'm not through with you or something. Get these hands is stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid.
Because...
Yeah. WWE can fucking whatever, man.
I mean, when you say hands, you're alluding to boxing, punching.
Yeah.
Something he does neither of, really, right?
Yeah.
He clubs, he kicks. I haven't seen him throw a 1-2 combination, you know?
I don't think his pecs and his chest will allow him to do that.
Yeah. He's
No,
supposed to throw a cross, and he's like... He'd look as good as Ronda Rousey in shadow boxing. So, okay, first match was cool. They did a little dig at DC when SCU is like, this is the worst town I've ever been in, right in front of the White House.
No, it was good, and
it's funny. I hope
bomb impersonation was fucking spot on.
Yeah. What did you think of the commentary?
It was okay. It was like, it wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was.
Well, JR sounds tired.
I like Tony Schiavone.
Tony Schiavone sounds good. He sounds reinvigorated.
Yeah.
Excalibur is good. It's just JR's sounds tired.
Yeah, he does, and he sounds out of touch.
Yeah, out of the loop.
He's like 80 years old, right? Of course, he'll be out of touch.
And he's gone through a lot in the last couple of years with his wife dying and shit.
Yeah.
So, okay, and then so you had the Cody match that was good. MJF went out there to a pretty good pop, ripped on the fans. This match was the weakest, I thought.
Agreed.
Mainly because of Jake Cutler. I like him, but he made a pretty big botch, and I forget what spot he went to go for. I think a sunset.
You call him Jake Cutler?
What's his name?
Brandon.
Jay Cutler. Brandon. Yeah.
Dude, Jake Cutler's a quarterback. Well, he was a quarterback for the Chicago.
Yeah. No, I know who Jake Cutler is. I just whatever. So Brandon Cutler didn't look that great, but one thing I did like in that match is he did a fucking suicide dive into a Lou Thez press onto the ground. That was pretty sweet. That was a sweet ass transition in midair. So I thought that was cool. But he did fuck up a spot. I'm not going to hold it against the guy. I just don't think that match was one of the better ones. No. The Rio match was sick. I think it stole the show.
I agree.
And then you had Pac again fucking making somebody pass out.
That was a great match too. So it's a toss up between the Pac, Hangman, and Rio and Nyla Rose.
I'll go with Rio and Nyla Rose.
Well, I just like the crowd reaction to Rio and Nyla Rose. But Pac Hangman was good. It's good, man.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. But I mean, again, and what I like about it is they're really making Pac look like a killer. You know,
JR fucked up in that announcing. He's
Did
like,
he?
The gravity forgot, he said, and I'm like, That's a WWE thing.
Wrong company, buddy boy.
Yep, and I'm pretty sure the Pac did not like that. Because he's more grounded now. He's more of a ground game guy now. He does.
Well, that's because he's a heel, right? That's because he's a heel now. And you can't be a heel and do too many crowd pleasing flips and dives and shit.
Yeah.
Right? You gotta be a filthy bastard. And he's a bastard.
He is doing a good job with it.
But I like it that he keeps making people pass out.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. I enjoyed it. And then the final match, Kenny looked great for the short time he was in the ring.
For 2 minutes.
But people were popping for him because it's Kenny Omega, right?
Yeah.
But he looked awesome. I feel like they're really saving him for, I don't know, like he hasn't wrestled on live TV. He'll be on AEW Dark, but he wasn't on last week's AEW for any wrestling purposes.
Yeah. Well, it's heavy Jericho right now, which I enjoy. But I don't mind it because they're still putting on good shows without Kenny Omega.
Oh, yeah. No.
Right.
I mean, I think it's smart.
Yeah, it is smart.
Because look, they're going to keep referring to him as like the best in the world, right? And he's on a losing streak. So that's going to get called into question. Is this guy really the best in the world? And I think his big coming out party will be at Full Gear.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
he's taking on Mox, yeah?
He has to win that match, I think.
I think so too.
And Mox is getting called out from New Japan for not defending his title.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they do with that. But yeah, that match started cool, man. I actually liked the whole match, but I like that they were fighting backstage and he gave him the paradigm shift through a glass table. That was pretty cool.
It looked cool as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of LAX?
Yeah, they're good. I would like to see them without a 3-way tag.
Yeah.
Right? Because Jericho kind of slowed that match down a little bit. But like, yeah, the LAX, I want to see them compete in actual tag team competition without a third.
Oh, don't you worry.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. Have you ever really watched them wrestle before?
No.
Because, there's been 2 LAXs, right?
I do know that. Yeah.
So there was the old one that was...
wasn't it like a faction? Wasn't it like a bunch of people?
Yeah, like Conan was in it, or Conan, But the 2 main guys, Hernandez and I forget the other guy's name, they were really the tag team. And they were pretty successful in TNA. And then these 2 new guys took over the name LAX, and then they fought for the name in TNA, and these guys won it. But I don't know if they're going to be using it.
No, they're not.
Not at all?
No.
Has that been announced, or you just...
No, that's been announced by Tony Khan.
Okay.
Yeah. Said
Makes
Santana
sense.
Ortiz. Like LAX when he's doing his little scrum after, and he's like, "Oh, you mean Santana and Ortiz?" It's like, yeah, they can't because it's copyrighted.
Yeah. But they were using it everywhere. I guess because those indie events weren't televised.
Yeah.
Okay. Or they had a working relationship with TNA, which TNA is actually getting really good, by the way.
Yeah, well, it's different. What's his name? Callis is running it now. He's
Callis.
Yeah.
They recently had a show with Ken Shamrock in it.
Cool. I was wondering whatever happened to Ken Shamrock, man.
Well,
he should have stayed
left wrestling.
Go back to MMA. Like, what the fuck's wrong with him?
Well, he went back to MMA, yeah, and then now he's doing indie shows because he missed wrestling. I watched an interview with him.
Ken Shamrock didn't miss wrestling. He missed a paycheck.
No, Shamrock's loaded, dude.
Shamrock's
he's loaded.
You think?
I know. He's explained his wealth in an interview.
How did he get all of his money?
He's also an entrepreneur. Think about it. Let's take away his MMA fight purses and WWE paycheck, right? The guy had a very successful training facility, right? The Lions Den. That thing was MMA's first real training facility.
Yeah.
People paid big money to train there. So right there, right? Plus he has other businesses. I forgot what he said. But yeah, he has a bunch of businesses. He's diversified his income. Dude's loaded. He doesn't need to wrestle at all. He's fine. But he was making fun of Kurt Angle a bit. Because he's like, about the ankle lock. He's like, you don't know how to do it. That's it. He's like, you don't do it like this. He's like, you do it like this. And then Chris Van Vliet was screaming his head off because he was in pain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because you know how Kurt Angle does it? He just holds it there. And he's like, "Arr!" And then when Shamrock used to do it, he'd put it on, right? And you could see the fucking toe bending. Huh?
The thing that I like is that they have Chris Van Vliet a part of AEW.
You like it or you don't?
I do like that. I do. Yeah. So it gives personalities a chance, you know.
Cool. Well, yeah, he's a wrestling fan too, you know. So
that's what I love about it, man. It's just like it's booked by wrestlers for the most part, and it's pretty much a show for the wrestling fan. That's what I like about it. WWE.
It's a company that is by the wrestlers for the wrestlers.
Yeah, and it's inspiring too to like say you want to start a business, so you look at those guys and see what they've done. You know what I mean? It's quite inspiring. So it's like, yeah. And WWE is like the complete opposite. It's just like rise against the machine, like fuck those guys. You know, and it's a shame that NXT is a part of it because NXT is actually pretty great TV, but you don't want to give money to the machine. Well,
the problem, like, all right, let's go on to week 2. Let's go on to week 2 before we break out into any more tangents. So week 2, many thought it was better than week 1. Ratings were down a couple 100,000, but that was to be expected. And also, their ratings not only come from Nielsen, but also they have it, like you can watch it on Fight TV or BR, Bleacher Report, right? You can, if you have a sub to them. So I guess there was 100,000 web viewers on top of their 1.1418 something million overnight viewers. But still, both instances, they crushed NXT. I mean, it's to be expected, right? They keep putting on good shows in front of big crowds that are fucking lively. Like, that translates to the audience at home, right? If you're at home and you're watching this shit and you're like, yeah, this is pretty good, but then the crowd is super into it, it's like a laugh track on a comedy show, right?
Yeah, it adds so much more when the crowd's into it, because now you're a little bit into it. And you're kind of like, you're feeling what the crowd's saying, and like how they react to certain guys and stuff. Yeah. No, I agree with you. Dead crowds suck.
Yeah. So the show opened with Jericho and his inner circle calling Sammy Guevara sexy. But you liked that whole thing, right?
Yeah, dude, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I think wrestling in the United States is missing, like big time wrestling in the United States and Canada, North America, is missing factions.
Yeah.
Like, I don't consider the OC a faction. The three dudes. All right. You have to be more than 3 dudes, because if you only have 3 dudes, you can be a tag team, right? And use the Freebird rule.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Undisputed is a faction. They got 4 guys.
Yes. And they have the key to all that is having a good mouthpiece. Right? Undisputed has a good mouthpiece. Jericho's a great mouthpiece as well. But like in WWE, who would you say is a good mouthpiece? I wouldn't say that AJ Styles is a good mouthpiece at all.
He isn't.
No, he isn't.
Kevin Owens is.
Kevin Owens
should have his own faction.
Well, they've already ruined his. They would have always kind of ruined Kevin Owens in a way. You know what I mean? I don't know. So
enough of WWE. We'll get to them. We'll get to them. But the show itself, did you like it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't think that the wrestling was as good this time around as the first one because you had the Rio, Nyla Jax, and then you had the X-Pac Hangman. I didn't particularly like the three-woman tag match. I thought that that was kind of boring. That was the only downfall for me.
The tag match.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that. Enjoyed the.
But it pushes stories.
It does push stories. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I didn't think that the wrestling was that good. Because there'd be parts in it where Rio would be holding down what's her flip there? I forget her name. Rhea Priestley, holding her and not doing anything, just like kind of holding her. And there was a lot of that kind of stuff, and I don't really like Emi Sakura.
Yeah, I know, but she has like legend status in Japan, and you know Kenny fucking loves them, right? So, yeah, the Young Bucks and Private Party was awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I like
but big shocker, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't shocked.
No.
Because the ongoing story is the Elite is kind of falling apart here, right? In terms of wins. And it's the complete opposite of what everybody thought, right? Everybody thought that, oh, this is just for the Elite to win titles and this and that. They haven't been winning anything.
No, they're putting over other guys, which is great. Remember, I had a podcast where I talked about it. I was like, I hope that they don't come in there just blazing and winning everything.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, that would turn me off. Like,
I said too, yeah. The only guy that is Cody. I don't think Cody's going to win the belt either.
No, I don't think so either. And in my opinion, he's the weakest part of the Elite. You know what I mean?
How so? Like, what do you mean?
Just the weakest character, and he's the newest one, the Elite. Like, in my opinion, the person I like the least in the Elite is Cody.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right?
I'm not a big Cody fan.
I hope that Skrull comes to AEW.
That's a big thing, eh? Do you think Skrull will go to AEW or WWE?
I don't know at this point, but there's a lot of. I would like to see him in AEW. But
he should go to AEW.
I also think he would thrive in NXT. But I don't think he would thrive.
Yeah, but NXT's not thriving. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true.
And no, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I think it would be good TV in NXT because he has the guys to go up against or whatever. But the main roster, he's not going to get a push on that at all.
No. So. And then also you have to keep in mind that fucking the Bruiserweight stole his fucking finger cracking gimmick. And that's what Skrull is known for, right?
Yeah.
He's known for that shit. So, I don't know. I just think if he went, he'd just be lost in the shuffle. Dude, whereas if he goes to AEW, you know he won't.
I'd like to see him and Flip come over and actually go up against the Elite.
Yeah, they could create their Villains Inc.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be cool.
Right? Like, his big beef is you guys couldn't wait a year to do this, right? Yeah. You guys left me. I had to pick up from the scratch. You guys have all had your fucking each other's back and totally forgot about me. And then Flip could be like, yeah. And they could be like, we didn't like you anyway, Flip.
Yeah.
But it'd be great to get him not only in AEW, but back on being the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, he was one of the better characters on that for sure. Actually, he's probably the funniest one on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I tend to go with Kenny because...
Lately, for sure.
Huh?
Lately, for sure, he's been the funniest one.
Well, that's because he was gone for a while. Like, he wasn't on. Like, he appears sporadically now.
Yeah. Well, and plus, before he was in Japan and the other guys were in America.
Yeah.
So we couldn't really do any skits with him.
But, I mean, he would usually do, like, a video and then send it to them, and they just splice it in anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. He needs to definitely go to AEW. So we had a lot of fucking. Again, the show ended in a big old fight.
Yeah.
What's up, Sam? It's burnt. Oh man, the cheesecake's burnt.
Oh jeez. What are you thankful for? Burnt cheesecake.
She didn't hear you. Yeah, burnt cheesecake.
Yeah.
So sorry, Sam. Sam.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have to go to the store again?
No, I'm not making it again. I'll
Okay.
just see how. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Well, whatever. I mean, how burnt is it?
I don't know. All the crap pot now.
Well, yeah. It's because I'm here.
Send it this way. I've never turned away a cheesecake, burnt or not. Send it over here.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's. So yeah, both shows end with a big old fight. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't see Kenny in that fight at the end though.
No.
But yeah, that's because he got cracked in the skull.
By Pac.
Yeah. And then on the next Being the Elite, they were like, where were you, Kenny? He's like, I'm getting stitches. No, that was the one before. Never mind.
Yeah, after he went through the glass.
And he wrestled after.
Well, and I also think that that's not his beef. Right?
Yeah, but the whole thing is they're the Elite. All of them.
I know, but he's kind of separating himself from it because he's going crazy, yeah?
Yeah.
You know.
I hope he goes super crazy.
But like that's MJF's thing. MJF runs in there and helps too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was the first one. Sorry, the first one.
No, that was the second one.
Was it the second one?
Yeah. That's why we need to do these on Sundays, every Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of go into one another, but yeah. No, I enjoyed
New
it.
rule every Sunday.
I enjoyed it. Do you like the way? Do you think that the Inner Circle should have beat up everybody, or do you think that the Elite standing in the ring was better?
Well, I kind of look at it as half and half because I don't know. They didn't get Jericho, you know.
Well, Darby Allin did.
What's that?
Darby Allin did.
Oh yeah, on his way down.
Dude, he rode a skateboard down.
Yeah.
I popped for that a little bit. That's pretty cool.
I didn't like his match with Jimmy Havoc though.
No, I wasn't a fan of it either.
And the reason is, like, I like Jimmy Havoc, but his matches have to be chaotic for me to enjoy them.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, and if AEW were smart, like they have one big guy, right?
Yep.
And Luchasaurus is awesome. But they need to go get Davey Boy Jr. Smith, or Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go get the Bulldog's son to get in there. Because he's a great wrestler, man. Like, he can do everything.
Well, they got two big guys now. They got Hager and they got Luchasaurus.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Hagar.
But to be fair...
But they need to offset that.
But to be fair, though, Luchasaurus, he's a big guy, but he doesn't play a big guy.
Yeah, and also he's a tag team wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if there's going to be like this kind of gang warfare thing going on between the Elite and the Inner Circle, then they need to bring somebody in that can match up to Jake Hager. Jack.
Marty Scurll.
And Davey Boy would be perfect, man. He's like 6'8" or something, 6'6", 6'8". Dude's fucking massive. He actually trains with Hager. He's going to be in MMA too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right, watch some of his matches. Just Google Davey Boy Jr. Smith and just watch how he wrestles. He's fucking amazing. He's like a mix of like Bret Hart and the Bulldog. You know? He has like the technical acumen of Bret Hart, but the power of his father.
Well,
He's awesome.
I watched a couple of his things in New Japan. He was a tag. He was a tag team there.
With Lance Archer. Yeah.
Yeah, Lance Archer. But yeah, I don't know. You can't just start adding people to the Elite, though. That becomes like...
No, they don't need to add them to the Elite. They could just add them to the team or something.
Well,
get him in there.
Like you were saying, though. So like you were saying, he trains with Hager.
Yeah.
So there's a storyline in its own.
Exactly.
He'll take care of Hager while the Elite's taking on the other guys, right? Yeah, that could make sense.
And it's weird because like MJF and Jimmy Havoc, they're both still on MLW TV.
Oh yeah.
Like MJF is their tag team champion. He has a stable there called the Dynasty.
I knew that. I knew that.
They're still the champions. It was on like just Monday or whatever.
Is he wrestling or is he just doing like vignettes?
No, he's wrestling. He's the active tag team champion.
Hmm.
And Jimmy Havoc just wrestled in a hardcore match, or what was it? I can't remember the name of the match, but that's only shot once a month, and then they'll do a month of shooting at one. They're another good company, man. People need to watch.
Well, I was listening to that scrum with Tony Khan, and he was saying that there's only like certain people that are signed fully to AEW, and they're the ones who are insured like medically by his company. So I'm assuming that MJF and Jimmy Havoc are not insured medically throughout his company. Same with like the Lucha Bros. I don't think are either.
No, because they're the AAA champions. It could be also that they just have to finish up their prior engagements, right?
Yeah.
I still say you gotta get Teddy Hart in there. Give the guy a chance. People love him. People who watch him wrestle love him.
What I would do with Teddy Hart is I wouldn't even bring up the Hart name. I would have him come in as something else, and then like if they bring in Davey Boy Smith Jr., then reveal that he's a Hart.
But everybody knows he's a Hart.
Everybody knows, but still, they'll be chanting it. But it's like, why? Because he's such a great wrestler. Why would you? Because now everybody wants him to be Bret Hart. You know what I mean?
No, nobody wants Teddy Hart to be Bret Hart.
But I'm just saying though, the Hart name has a little bit of stigma behind it.
Yeah, I would agree with that if it was like 2001. But I mean, I think the opposite. I think anyone who is a Hart should be a Hart and make the name prominent again.
Well, Natalia.
Don't shy away from it.
I'm not. No, I'm just saying. So like, I don't, and I disagree because I think that the Hart thing is like now he can't be his own guy. So what is he supposed to come over dressed in pink and black?
No, man.
Yeah.
No. The way he's always done it. He always calls himself the evolution of execution.
Which is still tying yourself to the Hart name. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
You got to embrace it.
I don't know. I just find it as piggybacking on what Brother Brett did.
Uncle Brett.
Well, whatever, Uncle Brett. But you know what I mean? Piggybacking. Be your own guy. Be your own guy.
But you can even have.
Then
he can be his own guy. Look, anybody who's watched Teddy Hart knows he's a character, right? He's a Hart. He doesn't even look like a Hart. Like he's brown, for fuck's sakes. Like he's very brownish. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying he doesn't look like anybody else in the family. He takes after his dad.
Well, Owen didn't look like Brett either. They were like complete opposite. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Brett's all like dark hair and brown eyes.
Yeah, I wonder what Martha was doing, huh? Jeez. But Stu comes home one day. He's like, Brett, I got a brother for you. I didn't even know Mom was pregnant. Your other mom was pregnant.
I want him in a wrestling match.
Yeah. Treat him like he's your own.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. They all look very different.
Yeah.
Except the girls. The girls all kind of...
Yeah, they look a little different.
So you would say, how would you grade the first show?
Oh, I'm not good with grades. I give it a thumbs up.
All right.
We'll go thumbs up.
2 thumbs up?
2 thumbs up. Even the second show was a thumbs up.
2 thumbs up?
Well, I'm just going thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs middle.
Okay, so just thumb up.
Yeah, thumb up.
Okay. All right. Well, I agree.
What do you
I agree. Because if it was just one thumb, then why say thumbs? Make it sound like thumbs.
Oh, 1 thumb up.
Thumb up. Thumb in the middle. Thumb down. All right. So that was very in-depth for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're setting the stage for stories, right?
Yeah.
And that's an awesome thing. Shit, hold on a sec. You might be able to save it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, I give this pause a thumbs down.
If it cools down properly, I think I can just cut the top layer off, and then it should be fine. So I'm hoping I can cut all the burnt stuff off, and I'll be able to still have it. So we'll see.
Riveting television. This is riveting television.
Fuck you. Come from the fucking guy that stopped partway through to go take pisses. One after another.
Jeez.
All right. I had to plug my laptop in, fucker. Okay?
Okay. Riveting.
Yeah, you're riveting.
Oh.
You're riveted for my pleasure.
Listen, boys. Enough with the riveting.
Yeah, so now you're going to go on to NXT. And I
Hold on. Not done.
All right.
Check your privilege, motherfucker. So, yes, they have storylines going forward. So, all the other shows, one complaint I heard was they're not building anything. It's like, yeah, because they're one-off shows. But now that they have TV, they are pushing storylines forward, which is great.
Yeah, and they're doing it the right way. I think.
Yeah. And then people were also talking about, well, why does Darby Allin get a title shot with his record?
Because he's won and drawn. So he has like the same record as Chris Jericho. Oh no, he lost that three-way match, didn't he?
Yeah. So he's like 2-1-1 now. But going into that title eliminator, he was 1-1-1. And Jimmy Havoc, I think, was 1-1. And Cody, I think, really gave a good answer. He's like, it's not just about the pure numbers. It's also about who you beat. It's like, so Jimmy Havoc's there because he was in a three-way match. So he essentially beat two men. Okay. What they should do is, if you're in a three-way match, you should get two points for a win because you're beating two men.
Either that or add another one.
That's what I mean.
Column, right?
Oh, you mean like NHL?
Well,
like win, loss, overtime loss, shootout loss, like that?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
So you would be like win, but then they'd have to do like, okay, one win for singles, one for tag, one for multi-man matches, loss, draw. That'd be too much.
Yeah, it's a little much.
I just think if you win a multi-man match, it should be held for, it should be just worth more. You're beating two guys or three guys. And like, let's say they have a four-way match, but it's an elimination style match. So let's say it's, let's just say it's Joey Janela, Pac, Moxley, Darby Allin, and Jimmy Havoc, right? Hardcore fucking four-way elimination match. Let's say Moxley takes out Joey Janela. So Moxley gets a point, right? And then let's say Jimmy Havoc takes out Moxley and Darby Allin. So then he would get two wins. And even though, and they would all get, and Moxley would be leaving that match as 1-1. So it's like a real chance for somebody who, say, has been on a losing streak, right, to go into a four-way elimination match to make up the ground.
You could do that.
You're not impressed.
I don't know. I just think a win's a win. Once again, we're convoluting all this. It's just like, even myself adding another column, that's stupid. And I think, like, a match should just be a match. But you got to look at how he does it. Maybe put a star or something. I don't know. But
they already separate everybody's record from singles to tag team anyway.
As they should. Singles.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you're in a three-way match and you beat two guys, I think it should count as two wins on the record. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, he said, look, Havoc beat two guys for his win, and Darby drew with me, who's the number one contender, and just beat a Japanese legend. So not only do wins and losses matter, but the importance of each win matters, which I think is. But if that's the case, why isn't who should be a number one contender right now? Pac. Yeah. Pac should definitely be up there.
Yeah.
But they won't go heel versus heel.
That on the commentary too. It's just so
Did they say that?
Yeah, he was bitching about that when he was doing commentary.
Yeah.
So they are pushing that. They're keeping with it. And once again, the wins and losses. But you're not going to have Pac versus Jericho on a
no.
You want to save that for a pay-per-view, right? So there's still like wins and losses, but there's still like things that make sense as well. So.
But I think if you put Pac versus Jericho, you're going to make Jericho a face. Like it's going to make Jericho a face.
Yeah, I don't think it would be good. I think Pac should be the first one if somebody does beat Jericho as a face, because you got to keep Jericho heel. I think Jericho's doing the best stuff, and he's got the heel faction too. So
I think with this faction, his title run could last a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still saying that it should be Kenny Omega that beats him for the belt in their rubber match in Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm.
That building would be rocking. Two hometown boys fighting.
If they ever got a ticket, if they ever booked Winnipeg, we'd have to buy a ticket.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like halfway for both of us.
Yeah.
And then what they could do, this is just me fantasy booking, would be have Pac continuing to beat everybody, and Pac basically not only going on a tear, but basically protesting, saying, I'm beating everyone. Why am I not getting a title match? And he could say, why? Because they keep beating your executive fucking presidents? Because he could beat Cody, beat fucking Omega. He's like, why? Because I'm beating your executives and your friends? I'm not getting a title shot?
Daniels. Yes, you.
And then when Omega wins the belt, that's when he gets his title shot. And Omega gets a rematch. At which point I would make that like this epic fucking 45-minute match. Yeah. And Omega would win.
An Iron Man match.
Nah, fuck Iron Man matches. Like you can go 60 minutes, but without the Iron Man stipulation. I don't like them because it makes shit unrealistic. The only Iron Man match I've really liked was the first one with Brett and Shawn, because there was no pins. But even then, it was like, at no point in that match, other than the last 5 minutes, did anything matter. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got a pin. You pinned him on something that you never win with, right? Like in other matches. You never see, like you'll see people get pinned and shit, and they never win with those maneuvers in other matches. So all of a sudden, a guy who's hard to put away gets put away 3 times in 60 minutes. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
It's the same thing I have with most.
The final pin. That's when they hit their finishers, right?
Yeah. So you're waiting 59 minutes for a close finish, like for a photo finish.
Yeah.
All right. Next wrestling. You want to talk about NXT first before we talk about the debacle of main roster? Yeah, let's get the good news going.
Go on with NXT. I'm going to take a piss.
Oh, he leaves. Sam, you have that program on your laptop to pull songs off YouTube, right? Okay. Well, I want you to tell me what it is so I can use it, and then you show me.
Well, I showed you.
No, I want you to show me on my laptop.
On yours.
I'm not talking about politics, Mike. It's for my other channel, everyone. Anybody want to hear my distorted view on politics? You can. But you have to find me. I'm not giving the name out. I don't want to ruin this good channel's reputation with my shitty view on politics. Fuck, man. Do you sit to piss? There you are.
Nice.
Hey, you know what Canadian Tire has?
No old. What's that?
I was in there the other day. They have a hockey demo rink. They have a fucking net set up. They have this space set up like a rink, and you go on there and you just fire pucks at the net, and they have a bunch of sticks, demo sticks you can use.
Nice.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're appealing to their crowd. Canadian Tire. Nice.
Oh, you don't like hockey?
Oh, I love it. Do they have a lumberjack fucking area set up too, or what?
Yeah, you can.
It's right next to it.
Yeah, it's right next to it. You can cut down fake trees. It's great.
Nice.
Man.
Climb trees and stuff. No, that's cool. I enjoy that. So I can work on my wrist shot next time I go to Canadian Tire.
That's what I was doing.
Nice. Top shelf?
A couple, yeah.
Yeah.
But shooting an actual puck compared to like an orange puck or a orange ball, so different, right? So if you haven't been shooting pucks for a long time, there's a big transition that you have to. So, okay, what do you want to talk about? NXT.
Okay. You're gonna have to lead this one. So I didn't really watch. I watched the highlights.
Okay.
So I got a gist of what happened.
So let's just lead off with, they got killed in the ratings. NXT fans all don't care about ratings now. But if NXT won that little rating battle, they would have cared. So the first show was great, right? Ciampa came back. There was a good match with, actually, they were all good matches. They put on a takeover card.
Yeah.
Right? And then when it came back that they didn't win, WWE put a statement out congratulating AEW. Did you read that?
It's just foolish.
Oh, they said, good job, but it's not a sprint.
Yeah, it's a matter.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, you put that show out there to die.
Yeah, they did. And don't even acknowledge AEW. Like, that's the thing. They put it out there to compete with them, but don't acknowledge, I don't know. Like, it's the same with AEW. Don't even acknowledge WWE. I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like classless. It's kind of classless.
Yeah, and I think, I don't think NXT is ready for a live showing. Because you see it. They're incorporating the fucking cruiserweights in now. Because they have the perfect amount of guys and girls to fill an hour show, right? But then you have this extra hour. And unless you're going to do long ass matches, like takeover-like matches every week, which you can't, then you're going to need new guys. So now they're bringing over the cruiserweights, which is cool because the cruiserweights will actually get to be seen. Leo Rush is now the cruiserweight champion.
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah. I kind of don't like it because I like Drew Gulak. But there was good matches. Good. I'm afraid for the company or for NXT because Vince is looking for someone to blame. So if AEW continues to get popular and NXT's numbers go down, he's going to look at it like, oh, this is a reason to not support NXT or whatever.
Just so petty.
Yes.
It's so out of the loop because anybody who's been following wrestling in general would be able to tell you that AEW is going to smash NXT. Like NXT is great because it was on the network. You're paying the $10 a month to watch the network. So now I don't need the network. I have to go and watch it on USA.
But it's on the network the next day.
Yeah, so I'll just watch it on Thursday.
But that's what people are doing.
Exactly. So you can't really compare AEW versus NXT on Wednesday because people are going to watch it on the network.
Exactly.
Right?
NXT should have just been what was it before? Thursday, right?
It was Wednesday.
Was it always Wednesday? I would have moved it then.
Yeah,
Moved it to Thursday.
exactly.
An hour.
And as his pride thing, he's still fixated on the '90s and the fucking wars and like it's not like that anymore. It's not like that.
So the whole thing is right that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, another thing. They're a third legit brand, right? But they just had a draft on Friday, and they were drafting between Raw and SmackDown. No NXT. So if NXT was a real brand in the mind of Vince and the rest of the company, it would have been included.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
Yeah. So
Finn Balor though.
They got Finn Balor, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop-dee-doo!
I know.
What does it all mean, Basil?
It would have been great like 2 years ago. But...
Yeah, that guy's been squashed too many times, man. He gets squashed by the Fiend, and what? He hasn't been on TV since.
Yeah, well, it was like 5
Universal
Champions, and he's
then he goes to NXT, and he's like, "I want a title shot." Yeah, way to downplay NXT's champion by saying, "Yeah, I just got squashed in seconds. I'll fight you." No, it's stupid. Same with Kofi. Kofi had a.
Tyler Breeze did
what?
that. Tyler Breeze did that, though.
Yeah.
Right.
So, what do you think of Kofi's title loss? 7 seconds.
It was time for him to lose, but he should have lost in an actual match. Because it takes everything that he did in the last 6 months, and it was just a squash match to Brock Lesnar. So in a way, it means that, like, because he lost to Seth Rollins, and it's like Raw was a superior brand with a superior champion, and he comes over and he just squashes Kofi in like a fucking 7 seconds. It was stupid. They should have had a match, but Brock Lesnar's not paid to wrestle through the week.
Yeah, I also think because they were cutting it too close. I think that match was changed.
Yeah.
Because like it was the first episode on USA or on Fox, right?
Friday.
Fox isn't doing overruns.
Okay.
So they got to like stick to their fucking timeline. So I think they ran out of time because they were doing a lot of bullshit, you know, The Rock and all that shit. So it was, and they had to save time for Cain Velasquez.
Yeah.
So I think they were like, Kofi, sorry, just run at him. Because who would just run at him? He just ran at him.
No smart person. Run and jump into his shoulders.
Yeah.
Right? So what did you think about them saying that The Undertaker's going to be there and Stone Cold's going to be there? And they weren't there.
They showed up. Yeah. Well, I think they wanted a good rating and a sellout for their first show. And I think they were willing to do anything to get it.
That's my fucking problem with them.
I think Undertaker even said, I wasn't even asked.
Yeah.
They didn't even offer.
So, like...
But what do you think? What do you think of Tyson Fury?
Rather than lying to the fans through storyline, now you're just blatantly lying to them about who's going to be there. So go fuck yourself, man. How can you follow a company like that? That's my argument to that.
Are you sitting in a camping chair?
Yeah, dude, I don't have any other chairs. Like I said, I had to put it in front of my television.
You have no other chairs?
I have bar stools. But
you would have looked cool in a bar stool.
I would have been up here. I was like, nah, I just want to sit down in my camping chair.
Well, yeah, I got new furniture too. I should have told you.
Yeah, is that a white? Is that a white chair?
It's grayish white. I got a couch that matches it.
Cool. It's gonna be tough to keep clean with your pets, though, bud.
Shut up. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we got it for free too.
Oh, free's the best.
Yeah.
Only because I'm awesome.
It's only because Sam's awesome.
Oh, nice.
It's only because Sam is awesome.
We'll do a podcast about that. do a podcast about how Sam's awesome one of these days.
Yeah, we'll do a Sam is Awesome podcast.
And we'll call it Saw or Sill. Sam is awesome. But yeah, back to the wrestling. So
the wrestling. Yeah.
Oh, the Tyson Fury thing. What did I think about that?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I try not to.
I like Tyson Fury.
I do like Tyson Fury, don't get me wrong, but I don't like him fighting Braun Strowman.
No. I don't like them trying to rehash old angles. That's what I don't like.
Mike Tyson, yeah.
Yeah. What about Cain Velasquez and his fat ass?
Like, sure.
Both these matches are taking place in Saudi Arabia, by the way.
So wrestlers can't beat him up, so we got to call a UFC guy to go beat up.
Yeah, you're making your own guys look like shit. And then on Friday, Cain Velasquez is talking in Spanish.
Yeah.
Remember when he fought Verdum in Mexico City, and the big talking point was, Cain can't speak Spanish, but Verdum speaks perfect Spanish, even though he's Brazilian. Mm-hmm. And because they were trying to have this big push into Mexico, and Cain was going to be the guy, but since he couldn't speak Spanish, they couldn't really utilize it. And then now they're pretending that he speaks Spanish, like just Spanish. Meanwhile, there was a press conference with him speaking English. Stupid. And it just so happens that he's Dominic's godfather. All right. Okay. Well, and it just so happens that he's the guy that beat Brock Lesnar for a title in the UFC too.
Yeah, no, good. Yeah,
small world.
Not all of them, yeah. One made Rey Mysterio look like a bitch, most certainly.
Yeah.
I'm going to call my big buddy to beat you up. I said, well, Rey Mysterio, weren't you a champion at one point? Why couldn't you just go beat him up?
Didn't you build your legend off of beating bigger men? Beating off bigger men, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to call my godfather Cain. Nah, stupid. A lot of that has to be done properly. Anytime they bring in a star like that, it's tough. It's really tough to kind of get me over on that. Like, think about any star that's came in. So like Floyd Mayweather was stupid against the Big Show. Remember Aki Bono against the Big Show?
What was the best?
Was Mike Tyson?
What was the best? No, but I mean that participated in a match.
A star that participated in a match against a WWE guy.
You don't answer what I'm thinking.
Probably not, no, because I can't think of one right now.
Guy, Lawrence Taylor and and Bam Bam.
I was thinking the Arrow guy.
No, but I mean WWE.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lawrence Taylor. Sure.
Fucking guy headlined Mania, man.
I know.
Bigelow got a match out of him.
Yeah, well, Bigelow's underrated.
Big time.
Yeah, big time.
Too bad he's dead.
All right.
So, yeah, I don't look at Cain Velasquez as a star. Dude's been MIA in MMA for fucking years. Mm-hmm. He's had one or two matches in wrestling. He was at Triple Mania. He wore like a Minotaur's mask. He looked all right. But he was also doing traditional lucha wrestling, right?
Okay.
So that's going to be a lot different than what they do here. He's not going to be doing a fucking jumping head scissors on Brock Lesnar.
No.
But I think it's, I'm not a fan of it, man. It's, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when Hulk Hogan says, "Nobody can beat me." And then the Ultimate Warrior showed up in WCW. That's what it reminds me of. Somebody from his past comes.
Well, when you said Hogan and "Nobody can beat me," I was thinking Zeus.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
The Zeus debacle, yeah.
Macho King and Zeus. Yeah. So that shit was just fucking lame.
Yeah,
I didn't like either. And
like,
I like Cain Velasquez.
I know they're trying to be more of a sports-oriented thing, but like, when I watched the UFC, I looked at Cain Velasquez. I didn't look at a personality. Like, there's nothing about him that screamed the WWE.
No, he's just a fucking workhorse. He's just a fighter.
Dude, he's tough as shit. But it's like, you put him on the microphone. He's like, yeah, tough fight, beat that guy.
Brown pride.
You know,
Brown
like,
pride.
it doesn't
Brown
make
pride.
Yeah.
Brown pride.
Dude, I would have rather they brought back Alistair Overeem.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to somebody. I'm like, what's next? They're gonna bring in Alistair Overeem?
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously Brock's gonna win, right?
Should.
Yeah, you can't give the title to a fucking guy that's never wrestled. But do you notice? Because you're right, they want to make it look like more sports, right? Well, the draft, Brock's on SmackDown, and Strowman got drafted to SmackDown. So both of these matches are happening under SmackDown.
Mm. Yeah, because it's Fox centric.
Because it's on Fox, and they want it to have
Yeah.
And CM Punk's doing a WWE like post show or pre show. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that he just lost all credibility with me.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you fucking sat there and shat on that company for years and years and years, and now you're willing to take their money.
Yep. Yeah, no, I think.
And then he started like shitting on AEW and shit. And it's like, you could have done something good. You could have helped a company. You could have got paid.
Dude, well, what AEW is all they're giving independent stars a chance, and he was all for the independent stars. Like, he cut that promo, like Colt Cabana, like he started chucking like names out like that. It's like, well, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, not a I've never been a big fan of CM Punk anyway. You know, I don't think he's a great wrestler. Et cetera, et cetera.
Well, what he reminds me of is like people at metal shows who sit there and criticize every band but can never play in a band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He fucked that riff up.
Yeah.
That riff fucked that up.
Yeah, he reminds me of that in a way.
And it's like, here, man, pick up a guitar.
Exactly.
Let's hear your solo. You're like, bang, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude, that's a bass. Not that I can play an instrument. I just know them. Yeah. I'm one of those guys. I'm not. I never criticize people's performances when it comes to music, because to make an instrument make music is amazing to me, even if it's music I don't like. I'm in awe of musicians, because I pick up a guitar and I can't fathom how it works. I know how it works, but I can't fathom doing it.
Yeah, no. It's
just like people that think metalcore singers screaming into the mic is not singing. It's like, no, man, that's not easy to do. Yeah, it's not easy to do at all.
Try singing. Yeah, try doing a scream that has any kind of tone to it.
Yeah,
you guys are hitting all different sorts of tones with their screams. It's talented.
Yeah,
but yeah, no.
So, what do you think of Bayley's heel turn? Like, actual heel turn? Haircut. She's wearing black now, black and white. Beat up the Bayley buddies, and then won the title.
Yeah. Late. I think this was a little bit late for her to turn heel, but hopefully she does something with it.
Well, the fans have been getting behind her, but then she said, "Screw you, fans." I think they might be making the same mistake they made with Becky Lynch. You know, I hate when I just don't like heels that their like main thing is, I hate the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Bugs me.
Yeah, and that's Vince McMahon 100% right in that promo, or having a hand in that promo. He's always saying hate the fans and you'll get heat that way, but it's cheap heat.
Yeah.
It's cheap heat.
But so, all right. Fuck Raw and SmackDown. Hell in the Cell. Hell in a Cell. I always say it's Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like the Sasha Banks Becky match?
I did.
Now, Hell in a Cell shouldn't be a pay-per-view. that match should be held to end a violent feud, right? Or for two people that hate each other. Kind of like Becky and Sasha, right? Their previous match ended because fucking Becky snapped, right? Just beating the shit out of her.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, but why is it even a feud if Becky wins every single match?
But Becky didn't win a match. She was disqualified.
Disqualified. Still, she came out being the strong one.
But she did. She couldn't win. She couldn't pin her, right?
She hit her with but then she did pin her, didn't she? So she wouldn't. Didn't she win 2 matches against Sasha? Or sorry, she lost the DQ, and then she won against her, and then Hell in a Cell, right?
No. I think it's just the 2.
Oh, it was just the 2?
Yeah.
I thought there was another one. Anyhow.
Yeah, no, it's the 2. So I mean, I get it for that, but Fiend and Seth Rollins, that made no sense, right? And I don't know what they were trying to do.
Make any sense? Like we all knew that the Fiend versus Seth Rollins wasn't going to make any sense.
Yeah, like, it shouldn't have happened.
Pushing it, like we're like, this is stupid. Like all the communities, like this is dumb. Like, why are they doing it? Why are they pushing the Fiend out there right away? They should have held off on the Fiend. Now
because it was working. It was working, and Vince is not about long-term booking. He's about fucking to get the heat and the fucking gratitude now. He wants to make the money off the character now. That's it.
And now he's almost dead in the water.
And it's like all I could think of was they're trying to destroy both characters in this match. Yeah. Right?
That's what I was thinking too. Well,
like right.
I wasn't thinking that, but afterwards I was like, it definitely happened. They definitely killed both characters. Right?
Well, why do you think neither one was on Raw the next night? Yeah. Now, they say Wyatt wasn't cleared to wrestle. Wyatt doesn't wrestle on Raw and SmackDown. He just attacks people. So that's bullshit. And he was on the next SmackDown where he attacked fucking Seth. But then he got drafted to SmackDown.
Didn't see that.
So it was pointless. It was dumb. He's drafted to SmackDown. And Seth is on Raw still.
Yeah, so that dude's dead.
Yeah.
But
and the whole idea that the match ended in a disqualification. And I knew it would, because right before the pay-per-view, that only had 3 matches announced on the Friday leading into the pay-per-view, right? But they said, how will the Seth Rollins Fiend match end? Your options were pin, submission, or disqualification. People's general response was disqualification. It's a Hell in the Cell match.
Yeah.
Even during the broadcast, they had Sean Waltman, they had X-Pac backstage watching it with some other people. And after the match, there's a disqualification, and X-Pac was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "It's a Hell in a Cell match. You can't get disqualified." And then the one guy is trying to save face. He's like, "We don't know what it is." Like, dude. So Bray Wyatt takes how many curb stomps, keeps getting up, gets hit with chairs, gets hit with mallets, gets hit with fucking toolboxes, and then has it all piled on him. And then Seth grabs a sledgehammer, which is a smaller mallet than the one he hit him with. And he's like, "Don't do it, Seth! Don't do it!" First of all, you're hitting the shit that's on top of him. You're not even hitting him. And that gets him disqualified?
A referee stoppage, which is essentially disqualified.
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter if it's a no contest, referee stoppage. It doesn't matter. It's a DQ. It's a fucked finish.
Well, it was stupid all the way around.
Yeah.
Stupid all the way around, man.
And like they had to keep the red light on while they were fucking wrestling.
Yeah. I don't know. To be honest with you, I didn't remember that pay per view was even on until I seen highlights the next day. I was like, oh,
Yeah, I know, because they didn't advertise it.
no, yeah, it's a clusterfuck.
Like the Fiend, I'm not even that big of a Fiend fan. I know you probably are because you love fucking Bray Wyatt.
A match. What did he do to get a title match? He beat Finn Balor. That was it.
That's it.
That's
And he
it.
attacked people.
So how does he get a title match? Right? Just stupid all the way around.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys like you don't want to overdo it with him because he just goes and attacks people. He's not going to have these. You don't want him to have these brilliant like 40-minute matches because it makes him weaker. And then so what do? They just beat him up and made him weaker.
Well, they beat him up and made him no-sell everything, right? He no-sold everything. And they could have gone that route months down the road, right? Where Seth Rollins is beating everyone that's being thrown in his way. And the Fiend is decimating everybody. He's taking everybody's best shots, but nothing hurts him. And he just ends the match. You can even have matches where people are doing their best moves. He just gets up and he doesn't even do anything other than just the mandible claw, right? Like, holy fuck, you can't even phase the guy. Something like that, right? And then you have that kind of match.
Yeah, and it's slow. Like he'll take a finisher here, finisher there, maybe 2 finishers, but it's like not like 11.
A methodical match. It doesn't have to be high paced because like Bray's coming in and Seth is hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink, and it could be a no DQ match too, right? They had a no DQ match that was DQ'd, but whole point is like you could do it, and at that point, Seth's time as champion would be over, right? Because it's already months and months and months down the road, and no matter what Seth does, he can't hurt him. He can't keep him down. And then he gets up, keeps getting up. And then finally, fucking, most of the match is fucking Seth attacking him. And every time Seth does a big move and fucking Fiend kicks out at 1 or half a second, Seth is getting more and more afraid. Where by the end of the match, it's hardly a match at all for the Fiend because he won the mental warfare, right? He scared Seth into submission, where it just took a couple of moves and Seth basically wasn't even defending himself. Boom, new champion. Seth gets a rematch, thinking he can. And sure, the match is more up pace, more up tempo.
He's got to outsmart him this time.
Yeah, but Fiend still wins. And then the storyline goes, who can stop this guy? Right?
Roman Reigns.
Maybe. But the key is you have him wipe out just about everybody. And it could be somebody that's not even on the radar, right? That ends his reign of terror. And that you build a new star right there.
Yeah, well, and he loses it at WrestleMania, right?
Yeah, and then in their match, whoever it is against, they can do the opposite, where it's Bray's beating the shit out of this guy, and this guy won't give up, and he keeps getting up, and he keeps getting up, and all of a sudden, the Fiend, he starts to feel fear, right? And that's when his guard gets dropped, and that's how the guy wins.
That's long-term booking, Frank.
But I think it would work.
Oh, well, yeah, I do too. I think that the majority of the storylines that are going on, the long-term booking would work, except for the Roman Reigns car accident thing. I don't know what the fuck that was all about.
Yeah, I feel like they've kind of given up on it.
Yeah. Now him and Daniel Bryan are buddies, so.
Unless they come out and say, no, it was Daniel Bryan the whole time.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's going to make that storyline fly. In my opinion.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know, man.
But
yeah, that crowd, they weren't happy.
No, and I wasn't happy. I was happy that they were unhappy. Because how they reacted is how I was reacting at home when I watched the highlights, yeah.
And the draft show sucked. They're like, this made no sense. So they weren't drafting the champions. Well, first draft was Becky Lynch, a champion. Why would you draft Raw's champion to SmackDown? The champion should be left off, right?
Yeah.
Because they're already the champions. So what I said was they had her and Roman as the first picks strictly because they're on the cover of the video game.
Okay.
That's it. But then they did one thing even dumber, and that was the goddamn the Revival, who are SmackDown tag team champions. They got drafted to SmackDown. Why? It's dumb. But yeah, SmackDown has Roman, Bray. So you may be onto something with it being Bray or Roman that beats the Fiend, which that will not go over well.
No.
Because the Fiend is their biggest star that they've created in the last 5 years.
Which was a Bray Wyatt. He was the one who created that star.
Yeah. Why do you think Vince doesn't like it?
Yeah, exactly. Everything that guy does is good. I like Bray Wyatt's creative ideas when it comes to wrestling, but it always
He has a mind for it, man.
most certainly does.
Where are you going? What time is it?
3.
We were doing at 4:30, I thought. You said 4:30.
I know I said 4.
Well, you should have said something.
It's fine. You keep doing what you're doing.
All right.
Okay. Bye, Mike.
Later. So dinner's early.
No,
For the horses.
for the horses.
What are they
Let's
eating?
bring the horses in. I'm going to help her. We should end this.
Are they eating cheesecake today? The horses?
No, they're eating oats and shit.
I'm not bringing them in yet. I'm just getting the food ready.
Okay, well, when you go to bring them in, swing by here
Okay.
and bring a second rope.
Okay.
All right.
We've covered quite a
So
bit.
we did. So basically, yeah, WWE. If you didn't want people, or if you did want people to watch AEW, you succeeded.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And
Nick Jackson's
it's funny.
Twitter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. So let's do a quick rundown of the Leafs. What do you think so far?
They're not gelling. It's good for us for the third and fourth line. And that Freddie's a good goaltender, but like the first two lines aren't really gelling. Matthews is getting the majority of his goals on the power play. Nylander is a delightful surprise this year. He had a five game point streak,
Yeah.
and they're really missing Hyman. They're really missing Hyman. That's my
Yeah,
pick.
I mean, but Hyman is just injured, right?
Well, no, he's suspended.
Suspended.
I thought he was suspended from the Boston game for smashing Buddy in the head.
Maybe.
Maybe he's injured.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah,
But he's still on the team. Whatever.
Yep.
Well, you can take good and bad from it. The good is, yeah, they miss Hyman. Or the bad is they miss Hyman. But the good is their third and fourth line is capable of winning games, which is something you want.
Mhm.
I mean, look, they had really, one bad game against Tampa.
Tampa game, yeah,
And that game they lost in a shootout.
with Montreal, right?
Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's the beginning of the season. I have absolutely zero worries.
Yeah, and Mikheyev is playing really well too.
Yeah.
So he was
With
quite
Sandin.
Yeah, Sandin and fucking Barry too. I think they're gonna gel they're gonna gel mid-season or whatever. But it just seems like there's so many new guys,
There are a lot of new guys.
So it's like they got to get their.
I wish they didn't have Spezza.
He barely plays.
I know, but still, I don't like him. I don't like him wearing a fucking maple leaf
Because he's a Sen?
because he's a Sen.
What about CC?
Don't like that either. But not as much. It doesn't bother me as much because he played for them when they sucked.
Yeah.
Spezza was part of one of the best lines in hockey history.
Yeah. That was a sick line.
Yeah, it was.
What's the noise? What's going on?
That's the dog walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in?
So, okay, let's end it here. We got to do this every Sunday, Mikey.
Oh, dude, yeah, I know. I'm never busy. You're the one who's always busy.
Fuck off.
Well, look,
It's not that I'm busy.
quite the boring individual over here.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Yep.
So, all in all, AEW is a smashing success.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumb up.
Thumb up. Thumb up. NXT for the show itself, thumb up.
Up.
Everything the WWE's done, thumbs down.
Always.
So,
Reoccurring theme.
yeah. So, hold on.
And happy Thanksgiving to all of our viewers.
In Canada, because it's Canadian Thanksgiving.
It's Canadian Thanksgiving.
So,
Turkey and
this
burnt.
is Cool Mike, Handsome Frank. We're going to check out and we'll get back at you. We'll be making more videos again. So, with that said, we're going to go with an outro. Yes. Look at my forest. Anybody knows the song? You get nothing except pride. Except pride. All right.
Oh, shit. I was getting into the fish thing.
We're going to make a real intro to that. Mikey, my love, let's we'll talk later. I got some horses to take care of.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't realize it's been 2 hours.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving, Mr. Frank.
You too? Are you doing anything special?
Yeah, I'm going over to my friend's place. We're having a few people over there, and yeah, we're going to talk about Thanksgiving and the video we're going to shoot. So.
And what you're thankful for. I'm thankful for you, Mike.
I'm thankful for Frank and MNF Wrestling. If it wasn't for them, I would be dead.
So remember, like, subscribe, share, ring the bell, and be thankful for us because we're dynamite. Peace.
Peace. Stop recording.